Welcome back to my channel. Today we will explore the darkest side of football. Get ready for an emotional roller coaster, because today I will share the saddest stories in football history. Our first story takes us back to the 1970s. Meet Mike Webster. Known as Iron Mike, Webster was a legend. He was a pivotal part of the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers during their glory days, helping them claim 4 Super Bowl titles. He was tough, tenacious, and a symbol of strength. But behind the grit and determination, a silent battle was brewing. Webster's story is not just about touchdowns and trophies. It's about the cost of greatness. You see, in the brutal world of professional football, every tackle, every hit leaves its mark. And for Webster, the toll was immense. After hanging up his cleats, he was supposed to enjoy life as a retired athlete, right? Wrong. He was plagued by amnesia, struggling to recognize his own children. Depression shadowed him, and the pain was constant. He was trapped in a body that no longer felt like his own. At 50, Mike Webster took his own life. His story was a revelation, opening the eyes of the world to a hidden epidemic. Webster became the first NFL player officially diagnosed with CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. This degenerative brain disease is caused by repeated blows to the head, a common occurrence in sports like football. His legacy serves as a stark reminder that even heroes have battles they can't always win. Our next story is about Junior Seau, a powerhouse on the field, a gentle giant off it. Seau was known for his infectious smile, his bear hugs, and his explosive tackles. He was a force to be reckoned with. During his 20-year career, he made an incredible 1,541 tackles, an astounding record that speaks volumes of his dedication and skill. But beneath this seemingly impenetrable exterior, a storm was brewing. On one fateful day in 2012, Seau's life came to a tragic end. He took his own life, leaving behind a community that was shocked and heartbroken. What made it even more devastating was the manner of his passing. He had shot himself in the chest, a wound that could have been survivable if his intention had been different. But why would someone who seemed to have it all take such a drastic step? When his brain was examined after his passing, it revealed the haunting signs of CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, the same disease that had touched the life of Mike Webster. This gentle giant had carried the scars of countless tackles and collisions for years. Perhaps the hits to his head had chipped away at his spirit as well as his body. Or maybe it was a combination of physical pain and the emotional toll of living with such a heavy heart. Junior Seau's story is a somber reminder that no matter how strong a person seems, they too can be fighting a silent battle. Now, let's shift our focus to 2 young men whose lives were cut tragically short. Stone Johnson and Howard Glenn. They were stars, bright and promising. Their potential was immense, their future bright. But fate had a cruel twist in store for both of them. Stone Johnson was a remarkable athlete. He excelled in multiple sports, showcasing a talent that had many predicting a stellar future. His journey led him to become the first player ever to be drafted straight out of high school. In 1963, he was signed by the Buffalo Bills. Yet his time in the NFL was marked by a series of setbacks. Concussions and knee injuries plagued him, casting a shadow over his career. Despite the physical toll, his spirit remained unbroken. In 1967, while playing for the Canadian rugby team, he suffered a fatal neck injury, ending his life at the young age of just 22. Howard Glenn's story is equally tragic. Selected in the 4th round of the 1960 NFL Draft, he joined the Washington Redskins. In his second game, he made headlines with an impressive 99-yard punt return. But in the following game, disaster struck. He suffered a severe neck injury that left him paralyzed. Sadly, Glenn passed away just a few days later at the age of 21, marking an abrupt end to a promising career. Both Johnson and Glenn left us far too soon. Their lives were snuffed out in the full bloom of their potential. Their stories serve as a grim reminder of the inherent risks of the sport. But our journey through these stories doesn't end here. We will move on to a modern-day tragedy, a story that shook the entire NFL community to its core. Prepare yourself for the tale of Jovan Belcher. Belcher was a rising star, a talented linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was known for his powerful presence on the field, making 218 solo tackles in his 2 seasons. But his life off the field was marred by turmoil. On December 2011, in a shocking turn of events, Belcher took the life of his girlfriend, Cassandra Perkins, in front of his mother. The motive remains unclear, shrouded in a fog of speculation and sorrow. Following this horrifying incident, Belcher drove to the Chiefs' training facility, seeking help from the team's head coach. But before any intervention could take place, he took his own life in the presence of General Manager Scott Pioli and Coach Romeo Crennel. The entire episode was a disturbing spectacle, leaving everyone in shock and disbelief. As if this tragedy wasn't enough, a month later it was revealed that Belcher had also fathered a 3rd child, a baby girl, born just 3 months before his passing. This child is now an orphan, robbed of her father by a senseless act of violence. Belcher's story raises critical questions about domestic violence, mental health, and the pressures faced by athletes. We will now look at a story that's both inspiring and heartbreaking. Our next story is about Ernie Davis. Born in 1939, Davis etched his name in history by becoming the first African American to win the Heisman Trophy in 1961. Playing fullback for the Syracuse Orange, he rushed for an astonishing 1,000 yards and scored 19 touchdowns. College scouts took notice. The 1962 NFL Draft was eagerly anticipating. The spotlight was on Davis. He was selected first overall by the Cleveland Browns. But what should have been the beginning of a legendary career turned into a nightmare. Davis was diagnosed with leukemia, a grave illness that affects blood and bone marrow. His promising athletic career was abruptly halted, and at the young age of 23, he passed away. Davis's journey was one of immense promise, cut short by a cruel twist of fate. He might have dazzled the gridiron for just a few years, but his legacy lived on, paving the way for generations of athletes to come. In our final story, we will meet a man who has been through unimaginable personal tragedies, Adrian Peterson. Peterson is a name that echoes through the halls of football history. He was a standout player for the Minnesota Vikings, racking up an impressive 14,918 rushing yards and 120 touchdowns. His journey continued with stints at the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals, further cementing his legacy as a true gridiron warrior. But his life hasn't always been about touchstones and triumphs. In a harrowing incident in 2009, his 2-year-old son, Adrian Peterson Jr., lost his life due to injuries inflicted by his mother's boyfriend. The tragedy shook Peterson to his core, leaving him grappling with an overwhelming sense of grief and guilt. Adding to his woes, he faced legal troubles when he was charged with reckless or negligent injury to a child after he disciplined his 7-year-old son with a switch, a wooden rod. Although he was later reinstated to the NFL, the damage to his reputation and emotional well-being was profound. Peterson's journey is a sobering reminder that even the brightest stars face battles off the field. It highlights the importance of child safety and responsible parenting. Finally, we reach a tale that transcends the boundaries of sports. It's a story of courage, sacrifice, and unwavering patriotism. Meet Pat Tillman. Tillman's story wasn't just about football, it was a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in 1998, he quickly became a standout player, but his career took an unexpected turn on May 2003. Tillman decided to leave the NFL and join the U.S. Army Rangers in the wake of the September 11th attacks. He saw action in Afghanistan, where he was killed in a friendly fire incident at the age of 27. His death sent shockwaves across the nation. Tillman was laid to rest in his hometown of San Diego with full military honors. His story continues to inspire awe and respect long after his passing. Pat Tillman's legacy serves as a poignant reminder that some stories go beyond the game. As we conclude our exploration of these stories, I want you to remember something. Football is more than just a game. It's a canvas painted with the vibrant colors of joy, heartbreak, triumph, and tragedy. These stories are a reminder that behind every great player is a human being with dreams, fears, and emotions. If this video touched your heart and stirred your soul, please show your support. Together, we can keep these stories alive, ensuring that their legacies endure. Until next time, stay strong and keep fighting.